All right, so first thing on your camper you're gonna need to know about, you just got the front jack. So when you take it off the truck, you're gonna level it with the front jack. Once you get it leveled, then you have 4 stabilizing jacks down here, one on each corner of the camper. So once you get it leveled with the front tongue jack, then you're gonna put all 4 of them down to where they're good and tight, to where you have no sway or rock or teeter-tottering with the camper. Then come over here. We got brand new 12-volt deep cycle marine battery, positive, positive, negative, negative, just hooked up regular. Just strapped down and everything so you won't lose it traveling. You got a propane cover, you take it off. So if you look here, you got 2 bottles. If you look right here on the regulator, it's actually got a black switch right here that swaps this being to this side, this being to this side. So if one tank runs out, you will have to swap it over to go to the other tank. It doesn't automatically swap and it doesn't drain out of both tanks at the same time. Once you put the clips back on, if you just want to turn them on and off and what have you, you could actually just pop this lid up, get in there and do what you need to do and then get out. So if you come this way, we got compartment storage all the way under, lots of storage. Further this way, we've got your cord. It just pulls out of this cubby right here. It's not auto retract or anything, so you just have to shove it back in the hole. It is a 30 amp cord. And if you need to just plug it in just to have power, you know, while you're not using it, and to maintain the batteries, you can get an adapter to a smaller plug, but it is rated for 30 amps, so just be careful with what you're using when you're dumbing it down with an adapter. So if you look down here, we have your sewer drain. So you actually take this cap off, put the hose on, lock it. Okay, so this black handle here is for the black tank, gray handle for the gray tank. Gray water is sinks and showers. Black water is just toilets. So I generally tell people to do black tank first, gray tank second, so it washes any of that nasty stuff out and you don't have to deal with it in your hose whenever you're done and everything. So just open them up, let them drain until they stop, close them back up, roll everything up and you're ready to go. Here we have city water connection. So there's actually a twist on to screw the hose onto. So if you're at like a park or somewhere that has water readily available that you can have constantly with a hose, you can hook this up to the water faucet, and then it just uses the back pressure off of the hose instead of using the freshwater tank and the pump and all that. It bypasses all that to where you just use the pressure off the water hose. And if you look down here, this bumper actually has end caps to where you can store the sewer hose in, so you don't have to put it in the compartment and get your clothes or what have you all dirty. So they just put that out there so it's far away from everything. If you look right here, it's got satellite and cable prep. So if you're at an RV park that has cable, or if you have like a DirecTV tailgater thing, you can plug in here and it automatically goes to the coaxes that are behind the TV and plugged in. Good brand new spare. If you look here, we got the outdoor kitchen. So it's got the mini fridge, just a security strap just for travel. Open it up. So it's just a plug-in fridge. It only runs off 110. So as soon as you plug it in, plug the camper into the wall, it automatically kicks on, gets to cooling immediately. And once again, the strap here is for travel, so it doesn't teeter-totter and rock and break anything. You pull this out. What this is a stove. So it's actually got wind guards. Pop it out, sit it down. And if you reach behind here, there's actually a propane hose with a quick connect. It actually connects right here. It's like an air fitting, so you'll pull the coupler back, push it in, let go of it. Then this right here is the propane valve. So being sideways is off, being parallel is on, and it also doubles as a stop, so you can't accidentally pop it off. Then you just disconnect it like so. Make sure you put it back in the cubby. Then you can put everything away. Folds right in. That's about it. All right, so if we go this way, so there's a TV mount, a GFI protected outlet, and a coax right here. So the TV mount is actually the same TV mount that the TV's mounted on in the living room, so that if you want to, you know, bring the TV out here, have the awning out, have the game going while you're grilling on your stovetop, whatever, what have you, All that's right there, so if you want to do that, you can. So we got furnace vent, gets real hot. It just has one for intake and one for exhaust. Just be wary of it when, you know, don't lean up against it because it will scald you. So this here is fresh tank fill. So there's no screw on or anything. You just stick the hose in the end of it, and then it just gravity feeds down into the tank. And if you look directly under here, there's a white valve. It's a little 2-inch valve, so instead of just having, what it is it's a fresh tank drain. So instead of just having like a little 1/2-inch line that drains it out, it actually has a 2-inch dump. So if you want to drain and get all that weight off your camper before you leave or whatever, open that 2-inch and it'll drain immediately. Water heater. So it's only propane, non-electric, but it is auto ignition, so there's no pilots or anything like that. All you have to do is flip a switch, and I'll show you that inside, and it'll kick on, light, turn off when it needs to, turn back on when it needs to. It is a 6-gallon tank. We step inside. So basically in here, the most common thing you're going to need to know about is this right here to show you your battery levels, your fresh tank levels, your black tank levels, gray tank levels. So you know when to dump it, when you need to refill water, what have you. Then you got the water pump button. You turn that on, you want to listen for it to quit. And then you have the water heater button, so you kick that on. There's actually a fault light right here that comes on when you first turn it on. So what that is, when you first turn it on, the board activates, it tells it, you know, hey, get ready to light. After it starts its ignition process, that will go away. And if it lights, that light is going to stay gone. But if for some reason it doesn't light, say there's air in the line, something like that, you're out of propane, something like that, it's going to pop back up and say, hey, I'm not lit. Then here we just have the slide out button, in, then out, just to bring the room in and out. On this side, you just have light switches, and then awning. You extend the awning, bring the awning in, then more light switches for indirect lighting that's up under the countertops. So your stove, there is no striker, so you will have to turn it on, light it with a lighter. Same thing for the pilot. Then you got vent light, vent hood, fan. Then we've got the fridge. So it's got an on-off and automatic or gas button. So with it on auto, you will, if you're plugged in, it'll automatically use electricity to save gas. But if for some reason, like the park loses power, your generator runs out of gas, what have you, it'll swap to gas to keep the food inside cold and save all that. If you look down here, we got all the 110 breakers, all the 12-volt fuses. Cool thing about the fuse panel, there's actually red LED indicators that will tell you when a fuse is blown, so that you know which one to pull out and which one to go to whenever you're having problems, stuff like that. Then thermostat. So you've got all different settings. You got cool, heat. So basically all you have to do is turn it to heat, turn it up to your temperature, it'll kick on, light itself, turn off when it needs to, and same thing for cool, you turn it to cool, desired temperature, it'll kick on and off when it needs to. Once again, we got central vacuum. So there's got a release tab right here. So you pull that release tab and this face pops off. And it's actually got bags. And you just put it on like so. And it's got a secondary filter you might have to take out and beat off sometimes. And you can put that back in there. Grab this bag, flip this back around, stuff the bag in there best of your ability. There's two little tabs on this end down here. So you put them in, bring it, pull that tab back, and it's perfect. And you stick the hose in, turn that on, it's only on 110. So where the hose and stuff is located at, it's up under the bed. So if you look under here, it's got the hose and all that, your jack, crank, all that good stuff's up under there. Plus, a large amount of storage. And that's about it.